The stimulus bill passes in the Senate, and I'm going to tell you who qualifies and for how much. Alyssa Milano says that Texas is using the coronavirus to prevent abortions, and a Texan woman shoots and kills an 18-year-old home invader. What's up, guys? My name is Tyler Bluntman, and you are listening to The Terrible Conservative. So the pubs and the Dems finally worked together to pass this stimulus bill in the Senate. All individual citizens that make less than $99,000 a year will qualify, but only those that make less than $75,000 will qualify for the full $1,200.
That's me!
This is in addition to anyone that has a child under the age of 17, you will be getting $500 per child.
Oh, I have some of those.
Unemployment was also a huge issue for Republicans, but instead of prolonging this deliberation, they settled and passed it. Jobless workers may qualify for an additional $600 per week on top of their already benefits that they're getting. And Republicans rightly argue that this is going to incentivize people to stay home, to stay on unemployment instead of going back into the working world.
You think?
And typically, people who work for companies like Uber as drivers do not qualify for unemployment because they are considered independent contractors. But under this bill, you will. So if you are an Uber driver, Amazon, Lyft driver, you will qualify for some unemployment, so you can rest easy.
Oh, hell yeah!
This bill also gives protection to homeowners who may be facing foreclosure. Servicers of federally backed mortgage loans will not be able to start the foreclosure process until mid-May.
I ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
And any landlord or organization that uses federally backed mortgage loans cannot evict their tenants for non-payment of rent for a 120-day period. And to answer the Republican question, no money is going to Trump's big, beautiful wall. Money is also being allocated elsewhere like the Kennedy Center and student loan forgiveness and a few other places. And many of us may not agree where certain money is going. However, let's first focus on being able to afford groceries and not resorting to cannibalizing our neighbors' cats, and then we can bitch about everything we don't like after.
Good call.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued an executive order instructing all medical professionals to postpone all surgeries and procedures that are not deemed medically and immediately necessary. And this obviously includes abortion.
Now we're talking.
Because we all know that abortion is not medically necessary 99% of the time.
Facts are facts.
The only abortions that will still be available are things like ectopic pregnancies and other very rare occurrences where the mother's life is in immediate danger. And the reasoning is simple. All supplies and beds need to be made available during this pandemic crisis. And sorry, your convenience abortion is not a reason to take up space.
Preach it, honey.
Leftist celebrity Alyssa Milano, spoke out not only against this, but is also telling Trump that he needs to convert his privately owned hotels into hospitals. And she claims it's just because he has them, so give them up.
She said what?
Well, let's take a look at this. If you're telling Trump to do this just because he has the money, there are 150 other billionaires that live in America that are far more wealthy than Trump. Why not get somebody like Mark Zuckerberg or call out Michael Bloomberg? I mean, Bloomberg did just waste $650 million on an ego-motivated campaign against Trump and gained zero traction. Might as well have just lit that money on fire. And if it's just because Trump owns hotels, he owns less than a dozen, whereas Hilton owns hundreds and the Marriott owns thousands. But of course, this Trump-hating abortionist is not calling for any of them to donate their fortune in hotels because she is a disingenuous, looned-out Hollywood succubus.
Damn!
In Houston, a 17-year-old and 18-year-old male thought it was a good idea to break into a 53-year-old disabled woman's home and pay the ultimate price. They smashed the glass of the door, reached in, unlocked it, and as they were entering in, the woman fired a shot, killing the 18-year-old male.
Sucks to be him.
The 17-year-old is currently being detained along with another girl who apparently was there with them during this invasion. This article was also posted on an anti-gun violence website, which I just find ridiculous. If the left had its way, this woman would have been defenseless, helpless, and allowed these men to go ahead and invade her home, likely taking whatever they wanted by force, and she could have done nothing about it.
She had a gun on me, all right?
I don't care if you are a man, woman, teenager, or adult. If you invade my home, you will be met with extreme extreme force.
Hallelujah!
Parents need to stop nurturing this entitled mentality and start to teach their kids about morality and the consequences for their actions. Otherwise, their kids could end up in a similar situation to these teens. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, be sure to follow me on YouTube and Instagram at Tyler Bluntman, and catch me on my next podcast.